Okay, so just tell me a little bit about the car, if that's all right.
Yep, no problem. This is the latest A3 model in the Audi range. And it's got all the latest technology in the vehicle. For example, it has the new pop-up screen, which will give you all your driver's information with regards to radio stations, CD system, and sat-nav and your Bluetooth telephone system. This is the A3 Saloon, 1400 petrol, and it's a 6-speed manual gearbox with the electronic handbrake.
What are the benefits of an electronic handbrake?
The benefits of electronic handbrakes is, firstly, when the car is turned off and parked up, it pinches the brakes every 2 hours to make sure that the right applied force is pressured on each and every disc. So there's 4 discs all round, so it would check the brakes. So it's a lot more secure than the traditional handbrake, which is a wire system.
Okay. It's quite smooth, isn't it?
Very smooth, yeah. Very close linked sports gearbox, which the change time is very minimal when you go to change gears.
Where would be best to go?
Okay, you're gonna, if you follow this one-way system here, we're gonna go all the way back out, and then I'll show you where to go. Interior layout's quite plush as well, isn't it?
It is really nice. So what's this screen for then?
The screen will show you your radio station. It's an information system.
Okay.
So, for example, it will show you radio stations with DAB digital radio. It will also show you if you're playing an iPod, which has got an iPod connector. It will show you a music medium on there. If the car's fitted with navigation, it will also display the navigation system and also your Bluetooth contacts and telephone numbers and stuff like that. So that's all displayed on there, as well as the car has a menu set up, which has a shortcut menu that you can change the different functions on the vehicle. For example, changing the language if you're going abroad. Changing it from miles per hour to kilometres per hour, and a very easy interface system there.
Okay. And what about like fuel economy?
Yeah, fuel economy. The most fuel efficient engine we make is the 1600 diesel, which will give you into the late 70s to the gallon. But also,
this is a petrol.
This is the 1400 petrol. This would give you, the 1400 petrol will give you about 55 miles to the gallon. The car has what we call cylinder on demand, which means that the car is fitted, the engine's fitted with 4 cylinders.
Where are we going? Sorry.
Straight ahead, please.
Okay.
And when the car is working hard, it will use all 4 cylinders. When you're around town, we're going to stay in the right lane, then we're going to go all the way around the roundabout to the right. When you're in town, it will cut down to 2 cylinders, so it's a lot more fuel efficient, and you're not overstressing the engine with short journeys and stuff like that. Stop stuff.
It's really quiet, isn't it?
Very, very quiet, very smooth. The Audi is a luxury brand, so we pride ourselves on the build quality of our vehicles, the drivability and the ease of drive throughout the whole range of all of our cars. Keep going, please. So yeah, it's a fantastic brand. We're keep going straight down. As a market share, Audi last year, straight down, please. As a market share, we go straight down.
This one?
Yeah, straight down, please. As a market share, Audi have overtaken BMW and Mercedes. We have a market share now of 7.8%. When I joined Audi 11 years ago, we were 1.8% was our market share, which means for every 100 cars sold, 1.8 of them was an Audi. And now we're at 7.8%, which is amazing growth in our market share in the segment, in the premium brands.
Why do you think that is, the growth?
It's purely down to a few factors. The first one is the desirability of owning our product. So Audi has a vast range of vehicles. that will suit everybody's needs, from the Audi A1, which is our smallest car we make, which will apply to a certain marketplace, up to our R8 super performance cars. Yes, please. That's the first. Our range has got bigger and bigger. The second is the styling and the look of the car. It's a very generic look now with the LED running lights. We were the first manufacturer to introduce that, and people aspire to own our product. But most importantly is the way that most importantly is the way we look after our customers. Most of our customers come back to us because of the build quality, the reliability, the long-term residual value and resale value of the car, and most importantly the customer service that Audi offer to all of our customers. That drives customers to come back to us. And I think they're the main market forces that see the growth in our brand and in our product. And we haven't stood still with regards to the technologies we use in our cars. We're at the forefront of technology, fuel economy, and CO emission environmental campaigns that we do to keep our cars.
Yes, and how environmentally friendly is this one?
The CO emissions on this particular car is about 125 grams of CO, which means that the taxation on the car is about £30 a year. So very, very, very.
What does that mean? Sorry.
No problem. The amount of emissions that the car gives out is very, very low. So it's not polluting our skies because of the technologies inside the vehicle that cuts down that dramatically on the emissions on the vehicle.
Okay.
There we go, right?
Do you do like plug-in cars?
They're coming. This year we're introducing the Audi A3 e-tron, which is a hybrid vehicle. This is a hybrid vehicle, which means that it's a petrol engined vehicle with the ability to plug the car in. That will do a 100-mile round trip on a 2.5-hour charge. We'll go all around this roundabout. Back up again, please. So yeah, the future's bright.
What type of people buy this car?
This would be aimed at a market that would be keep going round, please, and then straighter.
Sorry.
This would be aimed at a couple with a young child, or somebody more elderly.
Oh, okay.
So they're the two marketplace this particular car would be aimed at, because of the space inside the cabin for a young family with maybe one, possibly two children, or an elderly person that just wants a smaller car than the bigger vehicles in the rest of our range.
What other cars in the market would this particular model be competing with?
This car would be up against the Mercedes A-Class, the BMW 1 Series, and the Lexus. They're the three competitors that we'd market this against, purely because of size, engine capabilities and stuff like that. BMW and Mercedes would be our main competitors in this A-segment market.
And how new is this one?
This has been out about 7 months, so it's a very latest model in our range. We're going to be coming off this next year. So the A3 Saloon, we primarily make 3 models in the A3. We make a 3-door, a 5-door hatchback, and also the saloon model. And this platform that the saloon's on will be the new platform for the A3 Cabriolet, which is coming this summer. So on this size of vehicle, this platform, there'll be a canvas roof being put on top for the A3 Cabriolet. What do you think of the drive? Lovely,
Yeah, really nice.
Yeah.
Quite impressed.
Stay in the right hand lane, please.
What, this type of steering, is there anything special about it?
Yeah, it's electromechanical steering. It's a power assisted steering, and it's more dynamic. And what it does is it tightens up the steering at higher speeds, so you get a more dynamic steering. It's a very short steering mechanism, and at very low speeds, parking, etc., it's very, very light, to the extent that you could park with one finger.
Oh, wow.
So it's very, very light at low speeds and very tight at higher speeds.
That sounds like something we should test out.
Yeah, we will, yeah.
Parking it up later.
Yeah. And you know, everything's functional within the cabin. It's not too fussy.
It's quite, yeah, there's not many buttons in there.
No, it's
probably 'cause it's screen.
this screen also, with the touch of a button, if you wanted to just have a flusher screen.
This one?
Yes, please. And you just keep going straight down. Obviously, you're not from Cardiff.
No. This is the first time I've driven in Cardiff.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Whereabouts are you? Whereabouts are you?
Essex.
Oh, right. Whereabouts in Essex?
Southend.
Oh, I know. No, really.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. I'm a Londoner.
Oh, yeah, good one. Okay, London.
Yeah. Hackney.
Oh, yeah.
Straight down, please.
Down here, so.
Yeah, stay in this lane. Straight down. Yeah, I used to do my Saturday night crawl around the centre of Southend in my XR2i back in the day. Straight down, please. Yeah. Demonstrate that very small manoeuvres and light steering.
So is the Audi market changing at all? You mentioned that it's growing quite a lot. Are you noticing a difference in the demograph perhaps?
Yeah, massively. Yeah, massively. We're getting a lot of conquest business from BMW, Mercedes, Jaguar, but also the volume brands like Peugeot, Citroën, Ford, Renault. Purely because the range of cars that we sell now, the price point starts very low, about £14,000, straight down, which is comparable to a Ford Fiesta. So our marketplace has grown demographically. So I think that's the main reasons why we're growing as a brand, is that the amount of products that we sell now has opened our brand up to a whole scope of different various people. It's meant to go right there.
Oh, no, sorry.
That's right.
Extending it.
Stop, get out.
You can go straight down the roundabout and then back down.
But Audi remains, would you say, an aspirational brand for professionals, perhaps?
Definitely, yeah, definitely. As a brand, we have a lot of aspirational buyers who come in to have a look at the brand, we're sometimes pitted against BMW, Mercedes, and BMW, Mercedes make fabulous cars. We're all very, very similar. However, the drivability, the layout of our cars, very functional. Everything in the cars is at hand. So you're not busy trying to search around to go into different menus to open up the infotainment system or the servicing schedule in the vehicle or anything like that. So yeah, and that's the reason why our brand is growing. Very, very, you know, it's growing and growing with all the cars that we sell, really, from the Audi A1 right up to the Audi R8. We've got a car for everybody. And now now we're doing very low, we're doing about 10 miles an hour.
Okay.
When we go round this bend here, you turn it with one finger, and you'll see how light the steering is.
What, here?
Yeah, it's very, very light. See how light that is?
Right.
It's amazing, isn't it? Whereas at faster speeds, you wouldn't be able to do that purely because of the dynamic steering. And we'll put it in here, please.
So is that for safety as well?
Yes, it is, yeah. Excellent.
Okay.
Congratulations, you've passed the test. And then
Feels like a test.
you can feel the handbrake. That's the electronic handbrake here. You can take your foot off the brake and
How do you know it goes on? Because of the light?
because of the light. But also there's underneath your foot, with your foot on the foot brake, when you pull that up, you can feel a pulse underneath your foot to say that it's been applied.
Okay.